Hey everyone, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a very exciting day. Not only are we going to do our makeup, but we're going to do it in a new space. So I have hijacked our basement and I have created a little space for myself. So I can go into that later, like while we're talking. But also I wanted to talk about the 30 days of Toasted. So this month, at the beginning of the month, I literally was like, wow, like these fall vibes, and I was like all into it. And I was like, you know, really inspired by another YouTuber, her name is Samantha Ravndahl, and she was doing one palette per month to kind of go through her collection. And so I decided that I would use this one. This is the Tarte Toasted palette. It screams fall, obviously. And so I've been using this every day since October 2nd. I did start taking photos every day and posting them to Instagram. I did miss a few days this week because of work, but I still wore the palette, the eyeshadow. So it's been kind of cool and kind of testing my creativity a little bit. But it's also kind of comforting to use like the same thing, you know, all the time. So it's kind of like, you know, it's not overwhelming. It's just kind of like, oh, know what I'm going to wear today. So let's get into that. Let me shut my phone off. Snack time. So typically for my everyday makeup, I don't wear foundation, but we're going to do foundation today. So this is the pair I've been using, the Rainforest of the Sea foundation and concealer, which I think I'm almost out of this concealer. And then if I want to do more full coverage, I mix some of this in or just do this by itself. This is the Super Stay foundation. And so what I do with this is I just drop it right onto my hand and then I use the sponge to kind of go from there. So let's talk about my new setup. So I literally was a little bit frustrated one day. I was like, I just need a space where this is going to be set up all the time and I'm not going to have to take it out, set it up, film, not take it down for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, not film a video, because it just is a lot of work in order to kind of get myself kind of in the groove. And so I just was like, well, I need a space. I'm going to tape something to the wall in the basement, and I came down here and I was like, oh, I'm going to need like a table or something to put stuff on. And I literally, my dad had a piece of wood already set up on 2 sawhorses. So I literally just like took that, moved it over. And this is my little space. So I covered the plywood or the wood with like a plastic tablecloth. We had like a roll of it hanging around. And so I did that, and then originally I hung that on the wall, but because it's see-through, you could see like, because the basement is not completely finished, so you could see kind of like the insulation and stuff. So I called my mom and I was like, oh, do we have any fabric? And so this fabric behind me, actually she used as part of one of my figure skating costumes back in the day. So I'm going to use that for now until I can kind of go to the fabric store and figure out something maybe more permanent, or I'm just going to mix it up. And literally that's like duct taped to the wall right now, so I'm probably gonna have to like get some sort of something to like attach it to more permanently so it just doesn't like fall off the wall. Alright, so we're gonna go in with concealer. So I'm really inspired, guys. I'm gonna film a separate little baby haul video, but when this time of year when all the like the kind of like character makeup comes out, like the like paint kind of more based stuff, and like all the cool colors, like the primary colors and white and black and all this stuff comes out. Like Wet n Wild has it. I'm sure other companies have it, but even though I don't celebrate Halloween, I have like this like vision in my head of these like makeup looks that I want to do. So I think I am gonna go ahead and like do something kind of like I said, character based, and kind of like that. So I have like this Ice Queen vibe that I am thinking about. I also have like this other one that I'm not going to talk about, but basically I'm super pumped. I've gotten my sketch pad out. I'm like ready to go. So this is the Dermablend loose setting powder. And I kind of just set around my eyes and maybe like if I was concealing any like blemishes like over here and on my neck. So I do have those coming back again. Like I thought like, oh, like they're getting better, like I don't have to be as diligent what's that powder brush with it. I was using this product that was like helping. It was like a toner, but I really think that I'll have to like keep using it, and I'm eventually gonna have to go to like a dermatologist or something and ask them, because it's more than just like stress induced. Like if I stop using that toner, they literally come back and they're like, the blemishes are like all over my neck on both sides. And I like stopped using hair products that I've used for like years, and I was like, oh, maybe they're just aggravating my skin now. It's not that. I'm, you know, I stopped wearing earrings for a few weeks. I was like, oh, maybe it's that. Maybe they're just irritating it. Similar thing. So I don't know what it is. So I'm just going in with the butter bronzer. I've actually hit pan on this, guys. So I have non-stop used this bronzer probably for 6 months, and I've just finally hit pan on it. And I'm like, I don't know how these people, even that do their like full blown makeup every day, like go through products that quickly, because it's just like, I literally use this every day. Like even if it's just like little less than I'm putting on now, but it's still bronzer. So I just don't, I don't understand. All right, so my highlighter that I've been digging is this one by Pixie. They no longer are making it. It was like a collab, but they had it out for like over a year, I feel like. So maybe it is still in their collection. I'm not sure. The Target I go to is not selling it anymore, but it comes in this like little pan. It's called London Luster. So I've also discovered this other YouTuber. Her name, well, I actually discovered her through Lavender. And so her name is Rachel Hollis. She's kind of like a lifestyle author and vlogger or blogger or all of the above. And so she does this thing called the Last 90 Days Challenge. And so that somewhat kind of what inspired me to like kind of like take this jump with setting up this little setup. Cause like even though I don't do New Year's resolutions and stuff like that, but Like, why should we kind of just give in? Like, as if the end of the year isn't as, like, inspiring as the beginning of the year. Like, you could use the last 90 days of the year to, like, crush all this stuff that you've been wanting to do. So, yes, that's what I've been doing. So, with this palette, I don't like orange, like, to wear it. There's something about it, And so, I was kind of, like, a little bit hesitant at first, because sorry, I'm going through, like, my little, so I keep my makeup in it every day, the everyday stuff. So I was kind of a little bit unsure about, like, oh, could I really use this palette for a full 30 days? Like, would I get bored of it? But actually, like, the first 2 weeks, like, have been really solid, so I'm not getting bored of it. So that's good. And like I said, it's very comforting. And it does bring out the green in my eyes. Like, I was always like, oranges are just kind of like transition colors. They're not really like, I wouldn't do like a full flown orange look necessarily, unless it's for something specific. But yeah, no, I'm really liking it. So I'm going in with S'more, which is in the top left. It's kind of like the white-ish cream color. And I'm kind of using that just to outline my crease. Not really to set my eye, because I've already set my eye. But yeah, so I've actually grown a lot on Instagram over just the past 2 weeks since I've been posting more regularly. It's amazing. Like, every day I was posting a photo, I gained at least 2 or 3 followers, which is not about the followers, but I was like, wow, that's crazy that that could happen to, like, someone like me, you know? Okay. So to do that, I use a Sigma, I think this is the E40. The letters are kind of getting worn off. So no, I have not washed my brushes, but I've been using the same palette, and I'll probably do that this weekend. I'll wash them. So I have used every color in this palette besides, I used a little bit of Fireside and Cozy, but these are the shades that I've not used the most. But let's just go in with like Cashmere and Latte, which are these two, to do the crease colors. And I feel like what's kind of nice is, like, the same thing with anything else. Like, the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable doing it. And you just, I don't know. So, and I feel like it's so cool that I've just, like, kind of adapted this and kind of ran with it this month. And I've really enjoyed it a lot. The day that I wore, it was kind of like simple eyes and then like my really bold red lipstick. And I got so many compliments. They're like, oh, you look so fall today. I was like, thanks. I know I have reviewed this palette on my channel, but just something that I've noticed because I've started using it more. Once you do get kind of past that like top like layer, I guess, of product, they are a little bit more like, not like powdery, I guess is the right word, but not that they're not pigmented. Like, they're obviously, like, you can see that this is very pigmented. But that is the kind of only the one thing I've noticed. Oh, and this shade here, Crackle, which has glitter in it, gold glitter, it does not stay unless I'm using it wrong. So, What if we just went in with Cozy? I wonder how deep is that? Okay, let's combine some Latte and Cozy. So Latte's here and Cozy's here, and we'll kind of go in with that. So I'm just going to do Latte with this brush, and then I think I'll do Cozy with, I have a smaller E45, which is like a tapered blending brush. It like comes almost to like a point. So one thing I kind of like about this challenge also that I'm doing with this makeup, like I said, it's kind of pushing me to be like creative and all that stuff, and like kind of use something more than just like one video or two videos, and then because it's like exciting and new, and then put it away in the basket. Like, you know, it also gives me more, like I can be like, oh yeah, like that's really awesome, like you know, I've used it. You know, like the average consumer doesn't buy a palette and then buy the next one a month later. Like they buy it, it's an investment, because a lot of these are around $50, like in general eyeshadow palettes, and they use it, you know, so they want to know like how it's going to perform on like the daily, you know. Alright, so I'm going to take my, dropped number one, my small tapered blending, the E45, and go into Cozy, and just kind of take that, it's kind of like a, oh, pardon me, it's like a, it's a reddish brown. I wonder if I want to do like a halo eye. I don't do those very often. I'm going to do a halo eye. So I'm trying a new thing. I was watching the NYX. They did this like series with like beauty influencers and makeup artists, and they kind of did like little baby videos, like instructional type situation, and to like kind of tap down. I hope I haven't been talking so a long time since the camera shut off, but I'm using Simmer on the bottom row to do the middle of the halo eye. And I was just saying that, so Thursday is my day off today. It's Thursday. And so I typically am like here, there, and everywhere getting like stuff done, you know. But today we had someone come to the house to like service our pellet stove. So I was home for like 2 hours, and then it like started like pouring, and I was like, I don't really want to go out now. So I'm gonna do that on the opposite eye, and then I'm thinking we'll do a little bit of kind of like copy what's on the top on the bottom lash line. So now I'm gonna take this, it's like an Eco Tools brush. It has a very dense side and then kind of like a fluffy side. I like carrying this with me when I'm using my like makeup bag thing, just so I have both. But I'm gonna go in with Cozy on the dense side and like on either side of my eye. And then I can use the fluffy side to blend it out if I feel like I need to. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the shimmer color in the middle. So what I'm doing is making sure that I'm looking like straight on the mirror, so I can kind of place it like where my eye sits, like underneath it. And then I'm gonna go, I don't feel like I need to blend it out at all. So I'm gonna go in with this Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in Lionfish. So I got this 2 years ago during the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta. And I do this thing where I like buy stuff and then I'm almost like afraid to like, so I'll use it a few times and I'm almost like afraid to use it up or some weird thing. But like I was saying before, I've been using like the brown tones instead of black to you know, it like really brings it all together. Alrighty. When I first started watching makeup tutorials and I saw people do that, like the tight lining, I literally thought they were insane. I was like, why are they sticking that thing in their eyeball? But then I'm like, I do the same thing with contacts, and it's not like you're touching your eyeball, it's just like in proximity to your eyeball. Okay, so I'm trying out a new mascara. For the last for the first 6 months of the year, or since the mascara came out, the Lash Paradise one is the one I've been using. But I was kind of like, well, I want to try something different. I just had like a little moment. So I was at Target, I went to the makeup section, and for a long time I had used Maybelline, like just Maybelline's mascara. And so I was like, I wonder if they have something new that I want to try, or that I'd never tried before. And it's this one. This is the Colossal Volume Express, and it in black. And for me, honestly, like, I have really good lashes, so when I use mascara, they pretty much like, it does its job. Like, it makes them darker and it makes them more full or long. But yeah, I've been liking this one so far. It does kind of have a bit of a smell, and I don't know if that's the collagen, because it says on the packaging that it has collagen in it. And after using it the first time, I was gonna return it. I was like, this smells gross. Then I was like, well, I actually don't mind it. So like, it dissipates, like it doesn't just sit there and stay. So I think it's brow time, and then we will be done. And let me make sure I didn't get mascara all over myself. That is kind of the one hard thing about sitting down to film when you can't see and you're not wearing your I'm not wearing contacts right now. Is that like I literally have to get like so close to the mirror to be able to see. And whereas like when you're in the bathroom, like you can literally like this, if this is the mirror, you can like lean up like this and like see really good without it looking weird. But like when you're kind of like sitting down more, it's like a little different. So I'm using the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, which I totally bought on accident. Because normally I get the one that's like the Brow Wiz. It's like the little tiny pencil like one, and this one is kind of the weird triangle shaped one. And so at first I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I have been enjoying it. It does make filling them in like easier, like on this part. Like you kind of just use the thinner edge to do like, outline, I guess. I don't know, the upper and lower line, and then you can use the a bigger part of it to just kind of fill it in and like fill it in real quick, you know. Man, eyebrows get me every time. Okay, so I think I'm all done. Except for, do I have lipstick down here? The problem is with having this little space is I haven't like brought down all my makeup because I don't have a place to put it. So I just have Velvet Teddy in my little bag, so I'll use that. Alright, Velvet Teddy. I think that completes this. Look! So the eyebrows were in shade 3, by the way. So that's it. So thank you for joining me on my daily makeup routine for October. So yeah, I will continue to use this for the rest of the month. It is currently the, should I say the date? Because it takes me a while sometimes to post videos. It's the 11th. So I'm not sure exactly when this will go up. Because I do have another pages here, and so we filmed a look for that. So I'm not sure when that will exactly come up, be put up, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!